Okay, so I'm going to do a quick little tutorial on how to overlay normal maps onto existing ones, or whatever you want to do, like maybe add some more to it or even fix it. So just to kind of speed up the process, I've already made these different height maps to show. For one we have the bolt and the other one we have abs. And so when you're making these overlay things, you want this flat background. I think it should be fine if you use white, but generally you want to use this neutral gray, which is just I put the 127 in each RGB and then just fill the layer. Then on top of that, of course, anything that's black will go down, anything that is white will go up. So I'm actually going to tone down the white a little bit here because I was testing this and it kind of made my abs look like little bubbles. I shifted in my seat, sorry. So once you have everything set up like this and you have it in place, you know, typically you want to have this off while you draw the grayscale, and then you'll have this gray put on underneath when you're done. So once you have everything finished and you're ready to test it out, what I like to do is I go to the highest visual, or the highest one that's on, the highest layer that's on, and then you hold Alt, Shift, Control, and E, and that'll take the entire thing and flatten an image into a new layer. So once you have that, go up to Filter, 3D, Generate Normal Map, and it might take a little bit to load here. Sometimes it takes a while, sometimes it's really quick. Blur does exactly what you think it would. Normally this should update in real time whenever you change a setting, but for me I have to go in here and click another thing. So you can see that the blur made it a little softer. So I'm just going to keep it on 1. And then these by default are set to 20. I believe the lows are like the larger scale. Let's see. Okay, it might be the small scale stuff. And high should be the bigger stuff. Okay, no, high is the sharper things. And the low are the like kind of muted things in the background. So that would be like the actual ribs I have here, or abs I actually have in here. Generally I'd say just keep it on 20, 20, 20. Blur you can choose whether you want to or not. For the bolt that I'm gonna do here, just to give you another example, I'm gonna set that to 0. So I'm gonna hit OK here. Now once this is done, I'm going to go over to layers, and of course this is the wrong color, so while this is still selected and it's the only layer visible, I'm going to go to channels, you know, fill the blue channel with black because don't need that. And then I'm going to go over the actual body normal map that's here. If I go into the green channel, you'll see that any of the like up facing areas are going to be lit white. So this is the collarbone. The top of the collarbone's lit white, and the bottom of the belly button is lit white. And then anything that goes underneath, like the bottom of the chest or the inside bottom of the belly button here, leans more on the dark side. And then for red, it's kind of the opposite for the other direction. Excuse me. So anything that's facing to the right will be white. You can see that in these two, and anything that faces to the left is black. So it kind of does this crisscross. I don't exactly know how this reads, but I know to keep out for those kinds of colors if that's what you're trying to do. So now that we know these things, we're going to go back into the RGB and we're going to turn the abs on. I'm going to move it outside of here too just so I can clean it up. Go to channels, green. We can see that I think this is reversed, so let's flip the green channel. Yeah, okay. So we want the top of the abs to face upwards, and then for the red we actually have it just fine this way. You can see that the abs are going to face, yeah. So now that we have the channels flipped properly, we're going to go over here, overlay. I'm going to turn this off. So now if I hide and unhide this, you can see that the neutral gray tone that we had before isn't affecting the rest of the image. So now that's not going to actually, you know, damage any of the normal mapping we already have. And of course you can tweak the opacity. I'll set it to something like that, whatever. So now that that's good, we're going to go to save. And this is where you do your typical save and testing. Make sure it's on normal map. We're gonna go to normals, gonna delete this. I was testing that in there. Hold up. So I'm gonna bring this back up. I don't know why I loaded that, I'm gonna have to reload it again. So let's go to the normal map, let's convert it. I'm gonna take it, hold shift, so I just move it over, so I don't have to worry about deleting it. Come back out of this. So now you can see our abs are facing the proper ways. Zoom in here. Trying to do this with the keyboard is really weird, I'm used to a controller. So now you can see the light behaves properly. Now, let's try the bolt, which I had a weird issue with before. So you can also do that Alt-Shift-Control-E when it's over a folder, doesn't matter. Just as long as you have a visible layer selected. So I'm going to just do the same thing. I'm going to go to 3D, generate normal map. And I'm going to turn the blur down so we get a nice sharp bolt look to it. That's a little better. So I'm just hit OK. Go to channels, blue, make that black, green. We want the top facing to be facing down. So we're actually going to invert the green again. So now it's going to be sticking up. Red is facing the left side, so that's correct because we want this thing to go inside. You can also see it on the outside of the bolt here. So then I'm going to go to normal, overlay, hide it, and we'll just save it like that. Okay, so I got it replaced. Let's reload. And we can see our bolt sticking up. It's kind of a terrible thing to imagine, but you know, it works. So you can do this with pretty much any shape. As long as you pay attention to which direction the channel's facing, you should be good to go. But yeah, that's pretty much it.